How you doing there, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TabsFolders show. I apologize for today. It seems like there's issues with streaming everywhere. As we just started the stream now, half of our streams died right after they started. And then the previous stream before that, we were able to start our streams and all the streams died. So I have no idea what's going on with Facebook. Guys, did you notice that too?
Yeah.
Well, notice, that on the first live stream, all of them died, and again, no idea what's happening. But on our end, maybe it's the hot weather, at least where I am.
And it's strange. I'm trying to stream to my personal profile, Camille's personal profile on Facebook, and they say an error has occurred. So to our, I guess, friends and family who normally would see us there, apologies. And yeah, even to our LTD bros and sisses. I have no idea what's going on there too. That's crazy.
Well, investigate and see right after the show, so that it works better for the next show.
Alrighty. To our TabsFolders brethren inside the Facebook page, apologies. But for those who are watching the group, thank you for joining us. Okay.
Thank you. Likewise.
Camille, good to see you again. Praveen, good to see you as always. Guys, it's been a little bit. So apologies for being gone so late, and that's the apologies to the community. But there's a lot to cover in a small amount of time to do it. But before we get to the future, let's do a quick recap of what we've covered before in the past with previous episodes. So for those of you who didn't watch the last episode, you can be caught up on the latest feature updates. I think it was release 1.6, Camille?
1.5, I believe we did. 1.5, 1.6 on 1.6 was on June the 2nd. So it might have been the last one that we did. So there are quite a few features there that we had notes, start items, recent items, and recent tabs in 1.5 and 1.6, and of course the UI refresh, which came in 1.5. That was a huge amount of work. Took us a long time to implement this on basically a rewrite of the whole user interface for the extension. And we were continuing to do the rewrite for the rest of the TabsFolders properties, being the website, which is in progress and should be released mid to late next week, and also some of the sharing pages, etc., which were not only rewritten in the new UI, but also there are updates with different kind of icons and some functionality changes on the backend, and that's rolling out. That's already in development and testing, and basically it will be rolling out early next week, like looking for Monday through Wednesday, early to mid next week. We will be releasing the backend changes, updates with version 1.8 of TabsFolders. That's also coming out next week.
So the last thing we talked about was 1.5, and you've had 1.6, you've had 1.7 and 1.8 next week. You've been busy. Even though we haven't been doing streams, guys, like Camille and the team have been just bringing out update after update. Let's cover what was in those updates, if you don't mind.
Yes. So first of all, I also wanted to apologize to the users that we haven't been doing as many live streams as we previously did. Again, we have been focusing a lot on the development, and it's been taking up a lot of the time. So we're focusing on that to really have a steady development pace and release new versions of TabsFolders every 2 weeks on average. I mean, sometimes, if there's kind of bugs or delays, then it takes us a week more. But on average, since 1.5, we have had a steady release cadence of 2 weeks. And we're also putting in a lot of the features that for TabsFolders 2.0, as the features were listed, we had the roadmap that was posted early on in this year, and we delivered all of those features. Well, with 1.8, we are delivering all the features that we promised. The last feature that's left is team functionality for 2.0. That's coming out in a few weeks' time. Kind of, we're aiming at around 3 to 4 weeks. So we may have an interim 1.9 release. The 1.9 release will have kind of functionality that wasn't planned earlier, and it's basically a redesigned save as dialogue, or the whole interaction with TabsFolders when you click the TabsFolders button in the browser is changing, and that's improving, basically, because users were really complaining about TabsFolders, that when they click to save TabsFolders, it takes them away from the current window that they're working in, or the current tab. And so this is what we're fixing, and it may make it into 1.8, but probably it's scheduled for 1.9 as a kind of extra feature we thought we would add before the Teams functionality, as I think it'll streamline the workflow of TabsFolders a lot, especially when Teams will be available. So we thought it's important to get it released before the Teams features. So a quick recap, and then I can go into a demo. In 1.5, we did the whole UI redo with notes. In 1.6, we did start items, I think recent items, and recent tabs. Then in 1.7, which I will demo now, we did dark mode, actually, and recent items, and dark mode was in 1.7, recent tabs was in 1.6. And in 1.8, we are releasing labels and tags. And so why don't I start maybe doing a quick demo of those features?
Please.
Let me.
I noticed a key phrase you said in there is before Teams, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to that release.
Yeah, Teams is it's going to be a big change in TabsFolders, and it's really our entry into the more B2B market, small business, etc., where you have teams of 5, 10, or more people. But realistically, when you really start working on projects with a group of people, not only kind of having your own system for managing your bookmarks and information, but really expanding that to teams where you can really benefit from other people sharing information very quickly through TabsFolders. So let's start with let's see, let me take a look at my quick notes. There we go. So with 1.7, I mentioned we did recent items. So recent items is this section here. It's in the top bar. So first we added the starred items here, that when you star an item, it appears here in self-improvement. And let's say if I click the star, there you go, the star disappears from the folder as well as from this list. We also had recent tabs, which appeared when we went to Google, for example. Oops. Boom, this new recent tab appears here, and it helps when you have quite a few windows open and you're jumping between windows. The list of tabs fills up here, and you can very easily just double click to get back to the tab you were on. Then recent items is more when you save or open a folder or bookmark. TabsFolders saves them in this list. So again, if you want to access something quickly, here's the list. If you're working on 2 projects and you saved it recently, instead of having to search through the whole list of bookmarks, you can just look at and click it here in this window. Then finally, after 1.5, I guess a lot of users were complaining that we added a left bar menu with text options here on the left, where we moved the menu from the top bar onto the left sidebar, and that it's taking up a lot of space of the TabsFolders main window. So the reason was that we were already planning to change the TabsFolders window or pop-up menu when you click on the TabsFolders icon in your browser. And that's why we kind of duplicated the menu here. But we have now improved it, and this is coming out in 1.8 next week, that now it's basically minimized to just icons. And only when you hover over the menu does it expand to give you the full text menu listings of all the titles, so that you're back to having your full screen, being, you can work and view your windows of TabsFolders, the bookmarks and open windows and tabs, etc., in a much wider screen. That if we minimize, for example, the info panel, it's almost full screen. And of course, as you remember, in 1.6, we added the full screen mode in TabsFolders, where you can go back to basically the old interface in TabsFolders pre 1.5, where it's just 2 windows. Well, one or two tree views of your bookmarks and open windows and tabs. So we've really expanded and customized the interface and allowed the users now to customize and work with TabsFolders however they choose. There was also a small bug that we fixed, that we used to have the folders in, I believe, 1.5 or 1.6 didn't appear here when you clicked on a folder for the search. And now this has been fixed and works correctly. So each time you click on a folder, it appears here in your search bar, and you can then search basically in the appropriate folder, or basically TabsFolders will search only the folder that's selected in the window that you're currently in. If you want to search all the folders, then you just click the little X there and get rid of the selected folder from the search bar, and TabsFolders will search and give you results from all of your folders. That's open windows and tabs, bookmarks, session history, etc.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that was just Anadil's question. Is it possible to find a URL that is open in an existing tab in any window? Well, technically, that search will find any tab in any window that's currently active and open.
Exactly. Right. So you can search, if you select open windows and tabs and type your search like I did previously, Google, it shows the tab here. Just double click on it, and TabsFolders will take you to that tab in your browser. And you can also do this in recent tabs. When you click in recent tabs, it also takes you to that tab. So we're adding more and more ways to kind of accomplish some of the same tasks, but in different ways to make it easier for you, so that you can work more efficiently and even more to work the way you would like.
Right. You're basically making our existing work or activity more accessible, right? Instead of forcing users to use one specific methodology of doing a search or finding a tab, you're making it so our existing workflow isn't encumbered by not understanding where something is located in the UI. So I have to say I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, I have a
Thank you,
question for you, Camille. I have a question for you. So,
Mhm.
the recent tabs, does that mean that it'll show you all the tabs that are currently open, or does it show you any tabs that you've closed also that were open recently?
No, so it doesn't show closed tabs. It only shows open tabs. Means,
Okay.
and by recent, it means the ones that you've clicked on. So if I open
Okay.
a new tab, I mean, it will obviously show up when I'm opening a new tab here. But so you have, new tab. But if you open a full window and you only click on one of the tabs, only that tab will appear here in recent tabs, not all the tabs from the window, because it
Okay.
basically just TabsFolders remembers or adds to this list any tab that you had active as your foreground tab, which means that if you're working in 3 windows and but you have 10 or 15 open, very easily here you'll have tabs from those 3 windows that you can kind of switch back and forth to. So it's kind of like the alt tab in Windows, switching between windows.
Sure.
But here it's not a list that you have to scroll through with alt tab one by one. You have the whole list that you can just click on and select which one you want to go to.
And how many recent tabs, like how many items does it show?
I believe the limit is 10. Yeah,
it
I
just
think
shows you
the
so it
last
just shows
10
you the
tabs.
last 10 recently active tabs.
Yes.
Okay. So I think, I don't know, maybe some sort of change to the description saying recent tabs, because I kind of feel like that like even tabs that were closed recently should show up in there because those were recent tabs.
Correct.
Okay, I mean that's functionality. Previously, we wanted to specifically remove
Well,
those
no,
tabs
the
because if you're
functionality is fine. I'm just saying the
Mhm.
name itself could be like the description where it says recent
Okay, change
tabs.
the name.
For
So
clarity.
okay, so yeah, we'll think about kind of updating the name to something like not like you say, not recent, but something like last click tabs or something like that.
Yeah, or open tabs, both work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think open tabs might be.
Yeah, open tabs, but the key point is these are open tabs that you recently clicked. So I guess we'll come up with a more descriptive, a better name. Thank you for the suggestion.
Anna does
Praveen.
said active tabs.
Yes, we could do active as well. Yeah, because I guess you were active in them recently, right? So either active tabs, recently active tabs, or something. Definitely. So let me take a quick note and got it. We'll work on improving the title. But yeah, the functionality, we wanted to keep that the tabs you've closed don't appear here because you only have 10. So that's the whole point. It's supposed to limit the mess that you won't have a list of 50 or 100 in here. Only the recent ones. Another option in the future maybe is that we keep recently closed tabs for a period of time, like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or if you click on 2 different windows somehow. We'll think about that. But for now, it's basically when you close a tab, it disappears from here to make space for anything else you're working on, any other tabs that you click, because like I said, the window is limited.
It actually makes sense that you have a recently closed tabs list, because I've never seen an extension that will literally say, here's the history of tabs that you've closed in this session. I've never seen that applied before if you had that as a separate tab section.
Maybe we'll add that instead of having it in this list. We have another list that says like simply recently closed. I mean, that functionality is available in a lot of browsers like Brave or Chrome. They have the recently close tabs or windows, and that's why we didn't kind of want to duplicate that because it's part of the browser. So
From what I've seen, you would
Yeah.
hit Control-Shift-T, but it doesn't tell you the name. It just brings it back, right? And so if you've closed 20 of them during your session, you have to click Control-Shift-T 20 times to bring all those back. But let's say you only want 2 out of the 20. You don't want to waste all that extra memory opening up 20 of them just to get those 2 specific tabs back.
Well, true. I guess in Brave, it's more. It shows you a list, and then you can select from the list specific ones that you want.
I will have to play with them. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So that's why we didn't again want to recreate functionality. I mean, in Vivaldi, for example, I don't see that functionality, but I think in Chrome and Brave it has it, and I think Microsoft Edge as well. So for now, we'll see. Maybe when priorities, when we're done with all the Teams functionality, we'll look at adding that. But thank you, Bruce. I've added that to the list, and then we'll prioritize it as per our features that we need to work on.
Sure.
Now, next, I wanted to say a big point about 1.7, which was dark mode that users have been requesting for a long time. And we have finally implemented it in TabsFolders. To access dark mode, you click on Options. And in Options, you just click Enable Dark Mode. And now TabsFolders is dark. And it's separate from your operating system. So basically, you could set TabsFolders to be in dark mode and your rest of your operating system in light mode. It doesn't matter. It's separate. So it's whatever preference you choose for TabsFolders. That's the look you'll get. And so yeah, that's dark mode. If it doesn't emit as much light from your monitor, so it's easier on the eyes, etc., etc. And the next feature is labels and tags, which is coming out. So let me just reiterate in here in the right panel, when you click on a folder or a bookmark, you can of course add a note that this we implemented in TabsFolders 1.5. Let me just save this. And so as you see, you have a little test note here, and that's with full HTML and links to images, etc. that I mentioned. But now you can add tags as well.
Can you zoom in a little bit for us there, or make the
this?
I think also go back to light mode because dark mode's not showing up as clear on the
or just
on the
zoom
screen.
in like you were doing, just zoom in on the browser just a little bit, slightly.
Let me try that.
Yeah, keep going.
There we
Yeah,
go. Yeah, but it kind of, I don't think it'll look good because this is like a 1080p, so some things might not work quite right because it's zooming the browser. But let's see.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So where was that? A man thinketh, my note. There we go. That was the test note that I added. But now I can also add tags. So the tag would be self improvement project. And let's pick a color for it, green.
Check the spelling.
Yeah. Let me fix that. There we go. And the green tag, as I mentioned. And boom, there's the self-improvement tag that as well people were asking about. So now you can sort and categorize / organize your information in 2 different ways, which is the folder that you can categorize by personal, self-improvement, etc. But you can also let's say you can add individual tags now. Let's say this is project 2 and mark it as red. So anything now, now you have multiple. So this tag is added to self-improvement, but let's say you're working on a course for YouTube that's self-improvement, and it's called Project 2. So you also added this tab to Project 2, and now you have multiple ways of categorizing your information. In version 2.0, we will be adding a search, more advanced search, so that you will be able to search specifically for labels and tags or notes or basically URLs, etc. So we're really enhancing search, and that's when you'll be able to kind of capitalize more on tags and notes, that you'll be able to search your whole database of bookmarks and folders with fine granularity, so that you can pick whatever you're looking for. So let's say again, if you're looking for all bookmarks that are linked to Project 2, you will be able to find those in the list in TabsFolders 2.0.
Camille, we have a question of how many colors for tags, and I'm assuming that's referring to either A, how many colors that we can apply, or how many colors to choose from.
Right now we have these fixed colors. We are working on being able to edit those colors in future versions like 2.0, 2.1. Right now you have it's 8 colors. Yeah.
Right.
So for now it's 8 colors. And like I said, in the future release, we will be expanding this. So
there you go. And to the user who says, thanks for the hidden sidebar. Guys, we're also going to be doing the giveaway. The bad thing is that for whoever said thanks for the hidden sidebar or keyboard shortcuts are really intuitive, if you win today's giveaway, which you know we do a giveaway every week, I can't enter you into the giveaway because you have not given StreamYard permission. And because of that, you see it says Facebook user and a generic avatar. That doesn't really let us know and who wins, and then you won't be entered into the giveaway. So you can see from the ticker tape that's running right across the bottom, please go to streamyard.com/Facebook, so that way you can give Facebook permission, so we can not just give you a shout out when you give us a comment, but you could, all of your comments could be entered into the giveaway at the end of today's stream. So sorry for interrupting, Camille. All right, let's go on to the next, and we'll probably have to wrap it up after that.
Yes, no worries. So that was labels and tags. It's coming up basically next week. The release is coming next week. And last, the preview I wanted to do of the new search, the new menu of drop-down menu of TabsFolders. Basically, this is the new look. So instead of having the menu that was on the left here in this pop-up, all you have is a save dialog. So for example, let's pick this Google tab, and now when you click here, you can first of all, as soon as you click on the TabsFolders icon, this menu will say saved to inbox. So basically with one click, you can just save a bookmark for the active tab to TabsFolders and to an inbox, and you can manage, organize it later. But with one click, it's saved.
Can you zoom in a little bit on the browser? Is it possible we could see that menu expanded a little bit?
No, it doesn't zoom in. One sec. I can try to change my resolution.
Oh, yeah. It might be operating system based. Okay, got it. And
well, no. So yeah, that it's in 1080p, so it should be full screen. But let me just see if I can
just a little hard to see
the display settings.
Sure. And Chenna, I agree with you. I think my Facebook permissions may be gone too. Looks like they had a massive probably reset. If you're having the same issue, I'm having the same issue, because normally we see you, Chenna, on every live stream, and thank you for joining us every time we go live.
Perfect. So I'll be switching resolutions. Hope that nothing happens to 720p.
Oh, whoa,
Is-
that's a big difference.
Much better.
Okay. So one second. Perfect. That works.
By the way,
Great. So,
I know you're just kind of casually introducing this, but this is huge. Like, this is such a great addition to TabsFolders.
Very fast in terms of accessibility. I mean, this increases the speed of getting things done. Well done, Camille. Well done on that.
thank you guys. Thank you guys. We've been hard at work trying to improve the UX. So yeah. So basically, again, when you click once, it'll be automatically saved to your inbox. But if you actually want to change some stuff, you'll be able to, for example, change the name of the bookmark right now. I mean, the title is Google from the title of the web page, but you can say, Google for saving. And that's now your own custom name that you've just named the tab in TabsFolders. That's not the title anymore of the from the web page. You can add a quick test note, and of course you can add a hashtag of live stream and pick your color. Here we go. It's green, or why don't we do blue? You could also actually pick your folders that you want to save to. So I believe we had a folder called self-improvement. And by the way, this isn't yet complete. So I'm not sure if this will all work, but let me test. There we go. Self-improvement, it actually works. So you pick the folder that you want to save to, self-improvement. There it is selected, and just click save. And when we go back to TabsFolders, now it's kind of very big. Let me try and minimize it, the screen. So now that TabsFolders will save right from your right from the tab you were on. You saved a bookmark / entire window / your entire session to TabsFolders without ever leaving the tab that you were working in. So this is a big, as you mentioned, Bruce, thank you, a big improvement in the UX so that you're not jumping back and forth between tabs. And Praveen, thank you guys for mentioning that compliment, that now you stay in the tab that you're working in, and you don't have to be distracted by switching to TabsFolders. So that's the last of the features that are being released for 1.8 and 1.9. And the next big release is 2.0. That will take us a few weeks. We're aiming at around 4 weeks, and that's the target for release of the team features in TabsFolders 2.0, where you will be able to utilize all these tags, notes, etc., productivity improvements with your whole team. So
looking forward to teams. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and move forward with the update. We see that you have questions. We're going to address those in our next live stream. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and begin the draw. Thank you for those of you who joined us and commented today.
Thank you for the live stream. If we can maybe take a screenshot, that would be great, Praveen, just so we know who, which users asked the questions, and we can answer.
I got them already. I took them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Chinna, once again, thank you for joining us. I think, is that his second or his third?
I think it's his fifth.
Third, fourth, or fifth. He's a lucky participant. So, well, congratulations, Chinna. We're glad that we have you as a TabsFolders user and that you join us for live streams. So looking forward. Third, thank you. So looking forward, I'll be sending you the code after the live stream.
There you go.
Great.
Guys, you can see that Camille's been hard at work. So thank you very much for taking the time, Camille. Not just for the
Thank
work
you,
that you've
Bruce.
done and for talking to us today, but for the work that needs to be done for the upcoming releases too. Because again, I have to applaud you for staying consistent and not just coming through with the updates so we could place our trust in you, but also moving forward with the platform. So thank you and kudos to you and your team. Guys, apologies that we have to let you go rather quick today, but we'll make it up to you on the next stream. So on that note, thank you guys for joining us. Everyone be safe, keep social distancing in mind, wash your hands, and we'll see you guys all next time.
Thank you, Bruce, and thank you everybody for joining us. See you next time. Thank you, Praveen, for being with us as well. Thank you, guys. See you.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.